Okay, let's knock out this next audition. Announcer style, charismatic, and confident. All right, I got this. Let's see how it goes. Renowned as the most successful college football coach of all time. Uh, okay. Renowned as the most successful football coach. Renowned as the most successful college football. Okay. Renowned as the most successful college football coach of all time. Try another line. His stats don't lie. He knows exactly how to maximize each player's potential. With the record-breaking... Okay. So I'm recording this episode today from Walk-In Studios because I wanted to drive home a point. My last video, if you recall, I listed out 5 goals that I had for this year. Well, very stupidly, I left out a very, very important goal and probably the most important one. I need coaching. I need serious coaching, and I need it ASAP. There's many different ways to get coaching. Some people will encourage you to do one-on-one. Some people encourage you to do workshops. Some people encourage you to do acting classes before even attempting coaching. That's probably why I haven't really jumped in, because I've looked into all different types of coaching and recommendations that I've come across, and all it's done is made me more confused. So let's talk about that. Okay, so coaching and voiceover. Quite honestly, it's probably what you should spend the most amount of money on as you invest in yourself and in your business. And it's something that I could say foolishly haven't really done so myself, but if you've been following my journey, you know that employment has been a thing, and lack of it, most importantly. And I'm actually approaching my 2-year anniversary of when I got laid off and still haven't found really steady, gainful employment. So that's been tough because coaching isn't free. So up until now, I've spent a lot of time consuming as many hours as I can on YouTube and on the internet, trying to find as much coaching advice as I can find. And it's at the point where it's only gotten me so far. I like sharing my progress here, and as I've spoken before, Voices.com is the only major platform that I've been using for auditions. And I was really excited when I got my first Voices job. That was fantastic. I made a whole video about it. But ever since, that has been the only job that I've won. Now, it's been one client that gave me 3 separate jobs, so my booking ratio looks better than it should be, because I really have only booked with one client. I have 12 short lists, which for the amount of auditions that I've submitted probably isn't a great ratio. So while I might have some things in order to the point where I can get a handful of shortlists, I'm just not winning the jobs. I don't know if it's me not submitting the auditions soon enough, or if it really is just the fact that I'm at my limit for what I can attain on my own with self-coaching and self-teaching. So that's going to be my next step. I don't know why I left it off of my 5 goals for the year. Maybe because it really is just kind of a given. But as an amendment to my last video, coaching is absolutely going to be my next step. But I wanted to reach out to you guys because I know some of you that follow me are established voice actors, have been in the business for a while. What avenue did you take? Did you take one-on-one lessons first? Did you go workshop first? Do you come from an acting background? I have absolutely no acting experience whatsoever, so I don't have that to pull from. So I've been recommended to go to acting classes first, or maybe some improv workshops. I really don't know. Honestly, the whole stage thing, acting and the improv thing kind of terrifies me, but I'm willing to do it if I get enough recommendations for that being my next step. I think tentatively, or I don't know if tentatively is the right word, but at least for the time being, what I've made up my mind is to at least join some workshops. I don't know if these workshops are free, some of these ones that are out there, if they're like the Facebook groups or what, or something completely different. And I'm hoping to get some recommendations from you guys as well. But I hear workshops are a good way to go. So that's one of the things that I'll be focusing on. This video is going to serve, hopefully, for those following the journey or coming across it way in the future. This video hopefully comes across as a representation of another low in the trajectory of starting a business like this. Things can seem to go great for a while. You get reached out to for auditions and things like that, and the totally organic reach outs that I got through my website, that was all fantastic, but I've seen nothing since. So I have to be real with myself, and I have to figure out a way to get that coaching under my belt. Listen, the finances are a very harsh reality, and for someone watching this, maybe that's the case for you as well. So I'm going to try and figure this out and see how I can get some good quality coaching under my belt, not fall into the trap of going for one of these, supposedly the internet's loaded with all these online coaches that decided to add another skill set to their belt during COVID and maybe don't quite have the qualifications to be a coach. But how do you vet that? I suppose you can ask the potential coach a ton of questions to see what they tell you. How do you know they're being truthful or not? So that's where I'm at right now. I'm not going to try and make this video overly long, but this video is here to serve as a representation of the fact that this is one of these bumps in the road that I have to get past. I have to realize to myself that I have reached my limits as to how far I can come on my own merit without coaching, without training. You hear about some of these people that are very established, supposedly, and they make all this money and never had a lick of coaching. That's great. That didn't work out for me. I'm going to need it, and I'm going to need it pretty soon. Because actually when it comes to employment, I actually did finally land a job. It's going to be about a month before I can start. So I have about a 3 to 4 week window where I can consume as much professional coaching as I can before I have to start squeezing in my auditions during my lunch breaks. So another challenge to have to overcome. So more than anything, I'm hoping to get some feedback from you guys. Please leave some comments. Let me know what your thoughts are. If you're new to this as well and you've gotten some guidance also that you think might be helpful, please be sure to share that with me as well. I'm going to jump into this full force, and I'll check back in a few weeks to see how it's gone, to see if my performance during my auditions get any better, because so far it feels like I'm wasting my time on these sites auditioning over and over again for stuff that I'm just not landing. So let's see how this goes. Thanks for sticking around to the end. Hopefully I get some great feedback from you guys, and we can do this together. Thanks very much. See you next time.